Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new exclusive release from Moonraker knives. Now every so often Tony at Moonraker sends off some of the wood he's acquired, whether it be maple, birch, bolted beech, whatever. He sends it off to Arthur Wright and gets some exclusives made. Now it's standard Arthur Wright models but with the exclusive wood, in this case being the handle material. And there's been a couple over the years. We had some lamb's foot, a lamb's foot Barlow, and very recently we had a load of clip points coming in. Clip point Barlows, my absolute favourite Arthur Wright pattern, and this is the newest one. Now this is stabilised maple, and it's called Inferno maple because it looks like flames coming all up on here, but it's green Inferno maple. Now look how beautiful the wood is on this. Now, unfortunately, these have all sold out. They were dropped on Friday. I was lucky to pick one up. A couple of friends managed to pick one up as well, but they did sell very quickly. Hopefully, Tony at Moonraker will get a load more of these made up because this is honestly, so far, I know it's quite an early shout, we're only in July, but I'm going to say this is going to be my knife of the year. It's just absolutely stunning. But it's a standard Barlow pattern. And the Arthur Wright Barlow comes in at 3.6 inches, yeah, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3 5/8, whichever you prefer. See, we have the elongated nickel silver bolster, of course, meaning this is a Barlow pattern. Now some Barlows have them a little bit longer. Arthur Wright's has always been this sort of size, and that's the way they've stuck with it. See, they're getting this beautiful maple on here, and you can see the swirls through here. Absolutely outstanding hafting on this one. Cannot feel any of those pins or any of the transitions. The fit and finish on the back, absolutely beautiful. I think that might even just be dirt there because you can barely get it to focus. A little bit here and maybe a touch of gapping up here near the bolster, but I've shone a flashlight through there. I can't see any light through there. Beautifully matched up bolsters as well on both sides. And look at the pile side of this knife as well. As beautiful as the front. I love how they've matched the green being the bolster side, getting down to the yellow golden colour at the swell end of the handle. Again, pins are absolutely beautifully done. There is nothing there to feel. Everything's hafted beautifully. You can feel the kick on here. Obviously, it's got to be some sort of a right angle so that it matches up with the spring and doesn't cause any sort of gapping up there. But it's just phenomenal. I love this. So, of course, this is the maple. They have done curly mossy oak green birch as well, which I'll grab 1 second. So this is the curly mossy birch. You can see there is some similarities, but this being a lot more green at the top, whereas this is being colour sort of throughout. And again, this one was absolutely beautiful. Love this one as well. And then while we're here, for good measure, take a look at one of the other Moonrakers before we get the blade open. This is the spalted beech. I think it's spotted beech or spotted birch. Might be beech. Lamb's foot Barlow. So you can see it's the lamb's foot blade on the spear point Barlow handle. This was one of the first ones I picked up from Moonraker. But yeah, the clip point blade on Arthur Wright is my absolute favourite blade shape. And this is a strong pull on this one. It's about an 8.5. Love that. Makes it a real working knife. I'm not scared to get doing heavy use jobs or anything like this. There's no way this blade is gonna close on me. We've got the Wright Sheffield England tang stamp on there. Again, blade meets up to the spring beautifully, and look at that aggressive clip point blade. You can see the sort of grind lines on there, or buff lines, and the edge on this is fantastic. It's incredibly even on both sides, maybe the tiniest little bit higher here, but nothing major. And this thing came like an absolute scalpel out of the packaging. It is razor sharp. But blade length then we're looking at on an Arthur Wright Barlow of, where are we? So cutting edge is 2.5 and full blade length is 2 6/8. So very UK legal, absolutely fantastic pattern. If you get a chance to pick up any of these exclusives, I really recommend you do because they are absolutely fantastic. It takes the Arthur Wright standard Barlow to a complete whole new level. Now the standard Barlow in itself is fantastic. I've got a couple of examples here. This is one in their most basic wood, which at the moment is Iki. So you can see there it's much more brown wood, but you can see it's exactly the same knife, just with the updated handle material. It's fantastic. If you get a chance, pick one up, but you do have to be quick because they sell out fast. And I mean, you can see by the color of these handle materials why they sell out so quickly. So yeah, this is actually my first knife, I think, with a maple handle. I don't think I've had anything like this before, but I'm a big fan of this Inferno because I was speaking with Mikey and he knows a bit more about it. Now, they are on a guitar, and he did tell me, and I've forgotten, but you can see like the flame wiggles coming up here. That's why they call it the flame. And you've got the green at the top looking like the smoke. I think that's fantastic. Again, you can see the flame swirls coming up here, and then the green acting as like the black smoke. But beautiful knife, wonderfully clean on the inside with an absolutely killer action on it. Right down the center as well. Yeah, this is going to be my favorite sort of standard Arthur Wright model. Now, it's an exclusive, but it's not an Ashley, so it's sort of somewhere in between really, because it's made to an incredibly high standard. But you get the standard blade steel on there, being the C70 carbon steel. Now, does it hold an edge forever? No, but it's a very traditional steel. It's easy to sharpen, easy to maintain. Now, it will stain. If you don't want that, chuck a little bit of oil on the blade, whatever you want to put on there, any kind of oil really. Make sure it's food safe if you're going to eat with it, like I do. But yeah, if you haven't already, even if you go over to Moonraker and get some of the standard ones, or head over to any of the Sheffield shops or any of the shops that sell Sheffield knives, please go pick up a Barlow. You won't be disappointed. They're absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure you'll agree from seeing these all sort of side by side why I'm such a big fan of the Arthur Wright Barlow. Now, I have many more in the collection. I've got another 5 or 6 over there, some of the ones being exclusives from other companies. But yeah, that is my review of the Arthur Wright & Sons Inferno Maple Barlow, which is a Moonraker exclusive. This one right here. I hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.